America has a history of incentivizing bad behavior. Joe Biden's amnesty plan for what could be upwards of 25 million people here illegally is just one example of this. There are lots, by the way. And in his first few weeks of office, Joe Biden continues to make moves that weaken America, not strengthen it, and incentivizes bad behavior, not discourages it. One of the main reasons illegal aliens flock to America is because it is the land of opportunity. It's the greatest nation in the world, right? Well, one of the easiest ways to curb illegal immigration is to punish employers who hire illegals. If you take the job market away from the border crossers will stop coming. But Joe Biden's plan makes it easier for American companies to hire illegal foreign workers. Biden's latest plan has zero requirement for employers to use the E-Verify system, which screens employment eligibility of a potential new hire. America has always been soft on prosecutions of employers who hire illegals. Check this statistic out. Of the 8 million illegals who hold jobs in America that we know about, only 11 employers were prosecuted in 2018, the last year I could find a statistic for. That lax enforcement will not change under Joe Biden. If you mandate the use of E-Verify, you put employers on notice, you hire illegals, you will be punished. And with word that amnesty is coming now, the migrants are headed to the United States border by the thousands, incentivized to come here.
You do want a pathway to citizenship,
yes,
for roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants,
yes,
and that would be essential in any bill for you.
Well, yes.
Yes. That's all I could say is yes, 11 million for now, but later, double that, triple it. I believe there's actually 25 million people here. People will flood into the country now, and they will not stop. America will soon be overwhelmed. Our schools, our hospitals, our communities, and don't forget about the increase in crime that always follows waves of illegal aliens coming here. Incentivizing bad behavior is a government trait. You rarely see it in private enterprise. Why? Because it doesn't work. We grant citizenship to any child born in the United States, regardless of their parents' citizenship status. I used to be a supporter of this idea. I no longer am. Living in Texas has shown me a lot. I watch people cross the border just to come into Texas to have a baby here. And I watch hospitals and school systems burst at the seams because of it, all to the detriment of American citizens. But American citizenship is the greatest single gift a foreigner can give their child. If we stopped this constitutionally questionable practice, the incentive to come to America dries up for expecting mothers. And it's not just immigration either. Joe Biden wants to raise the minimum wage to $15. That alone incentivizes lazy behavior. Why work harder if the government will mandate you a raise?
We're at $7.25 an hour. No one should work 40 hours a week and live in poverty.
Well, all of it, though, Joe, is going to lead to more automation and more pink slips for young workers. Here's the truth about the minimum wage. I'm an employer. Do you know how hard it is to find good, hardworking, trustworthy, hourly employees? It is tough. So here is my guarantee to every young person out there watching. If you work hard, if you follow directions, if you smile, that's a huge one, okay? And the Holy Grail. If you have some critical thinking skills, combine that with a smile and hard work, I promise you, you will never have to worry about the minimum wage. That is a fact. You will be the manager of whatever business you are working at within weeks. So again, raise the minimum wage, you incentivize the laziest of employees to be lazier. Joe Biden incentivizes our enemies too. Look at Iran. The Biden administration just announced its plans to restart nuclear talks with the rogue nation, as well as lifting American sanctions that have crippled the already fragile economy in Iran.
That's why we said we're prepared to re-engage in negotiations with the P5+1 on Iran's nuclear program. We need transparency and communication to minimize the risk of strategic misunderstanding or mistakes.
What does he do? Does he think if he raises his hands more, that somehow that makes him more believable? Come on, Joe. By backing off our tough stance against Iran, Joe Biden incentivizes Iran to keep on and even speed up its path to a nuclear weapon.
We know that under President Obama, they coddled the Iranian regime. They signed up for a deal that presented a pathway, a clear pathway to a nuclear weapon. The Iranians will sense that that's the deal they can strike. They'll continue to inflict costs on the American people. We can't go back.
All right, so the consequences could force World War III. Nobody mentions that, but it's a fact. If Iran lives up to its promise to obtain a nuclear warhead to obliterate Israel from the face of the earth, what does Biden do? He makes concessions to evil dictators. He thinks he can appease them. The fact is, Iran will never be satisfied until not just Israel, but America is destroyed too. Joe Biden's weakness is an incentive to all bad actors to continue, well,